We have a massive Maverick signing that is imminent, and it's something that we've been discussing all summer long and just waiting patiently for the time to come. And by this Friday, we will have the news on a new contract extension involving PJ Washington. Mr. Stand on Business, Mr. I Ain't Going, the man that we traded for 2 seasons ago and then proceeded to make it all the way to the NBA Finals, the OKC Killer. You all know him and you love him. He provides amazing defense, excellent offense, which he has improved over the 2 seasons with the Dallas Mavericks. And when we drafted Cooper Flag, a lot of people thought PJ's time with the Mavericks, it was up, that he was the odd man out. I myself also thought that was true, but we do have new information. We do know that they intend to play Cooper Flag alongside PJ Washington. We do know that the contract extension is most likely said and done, and we should get the details in upcoming days. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the information that we have surrounding PJ Washington, his contract negotiations, what does he bring to the Dallas Mavericks, but also what is our salary cap going to look like after we get him this extension. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, only 46.1% of you guys watching are not subscribed. I don't know what y'all been doing all summer long. You've been watching my videos, but you're not subscribing to the channel. I know school's starting up for a lot of you guys. Some of y'all have work. I totally get it. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, as we're getting just another day closer to the start of the NBA season, we got Cooper Flag in town. We got preseason right around the corner. Go ahead and subscribe. I'd appreciate it greatly. But the Dallas Mavericks have been making a lot of excellent moves all summer long, although they haven't been the moves that we're used to, where Nico Harrison goes out and just does a bunch of different trades. Like last summer, we saw him pull out a crazy 5-team trade just to get Klay Thompson. We didn't have to do any crazy blockbuster trades like we did in February, where we traded away Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Nothing crazy like that, but we still have been making good moves in the form of contracts. We got Kyrie Irving on a very team-friendly deal. We got Daniel Gafford on a very team-friendly contract extension, and the only other player that we had to wait until the end of August was PJ Washington, and we do now have the details surrounding his possible contract extension. If we take a look right here, it was reported yesterday night the Mavericks and PJ Washington are likely to agree to an extension soon per the Stein line. Washington is eligible to sign a 4-year, roughly $90 million deal, probably be like $89.5 mil, but for sake of argument, let's just say $90 million. That does break down to about $22.5 million per year, and honestly, I'm totally okay with this. A few months ago, I was on Twitter ranting about how we need to keep PJ by any means necessary. Last season, where we had nothing but injuries and illnesses, trades, people in and out the lineups, almost having to forfeit games, PJ was the one constant thing where, when he was available to play, he was what we needed. Whether that was on-ball defense, whether that was switchable and help defense, or his three-point shooting, which definitely improved season over season, PJ Washington has quickly emerged to be one of the players that is definitely the heart and soul of this Dallas Mavericks team. Another player would be Najee Marshall. I am a big fan of the knife, but in the same vein as to why the same vein as to why Najee Marshall is important to the team, the same can be said about PJ Washington. And it wasn't too long ago, we were hearing reports how last season PJ Washington was the vocal leader in the locker room. Obviously, we have Kyrie Irving. We all know he is a leader on this team, but it's good to know that we have other players that are not afraid to speak up, that even though he just got here about a season and a half ago, PJ Washington takes it upon himself to maintain that locker room etiquette, to maintain all the younger guys so they don't get lost in the sauce, and even our older vets. Knowing that we will have PJ Washington for roughly 4 more years is exactly what Mavericks fans want to hear. If we take a look at how well PJ played last season, PJ Washington averaged 32.2 minutes per game, and in those minutes, he averaged 14.7 points, 7.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.1 blocks, 1.1 steals, 2.1 turnovers, and 2.3 fouls per game, while shooting 45% from the field and 38% from 3, and that right there is something we cannot ignore. The fact that Kyrie Irving will be missing the majority of next season, something we've talked about a lot lately, we are missing 3-point shooting. Kyrie Irving was averaging about 7 threes a game, shooting about 40% from 3. PJ Washington shooting 38% from 3 is amazing, and the fact that he's improved year over year shows that PJ Washington will definitely be that 3-and-D player that we will rely on night in and night out all next season. And at the time of this recording, no, we don't know what the rotations are going to look like. We don't know what the lineup is. We probably won't know till December if we're being honest. We all know how Jason Kidd loves to experiment with the lineups and rotations, who starts, who comes off the bench. We all know this. But we do know that Jason Kidd has said that he believes that both PJ Washington and Cooper Flagg can both coexist in the same lineup. Whether you put Cooper at the 1 or the 2, and you got PJ at the 3 where it's most natural position, the 3 and the 4, that just means this Dallas Mavericks team can continue to stay deep, stay talented, and have the right personnel for the right moments. If we take a look right here, these are his stats. It's kind of all jumbled up, but the first 3 lines show his time in the season that we got him. Half the season in Charlotte, the other half in Dallas, and obviously the total. But if you compare the top line to the bottom line, pause if you need to, PJ Washington this last season averaged 2 more points per game, 2 more rebounds. He shot 38% from 3 as opposed to 32% the year prior, while taking about 1 less 3. He was more efficient, which is exactly what you want. You want your players to know their shots, to know their spots, not just to throw up a shot just because. Going from 32% from 3 to then 38% while taking about a 3 less a game shows that he is going to become even more efficient. He should be more efficient for this upcoming season. And just providing that extra scoring power is exactly what we need. Without Kyrie Irving, it's about 15 shots per game that are up for grabs. We do have D'Angelo Russell. We do have eventually Dante Exum coming back. So it's not like we don't have anybody new to take those shots. Cooper Flagg as well will be getting some of those shots. But I'd also argue that PJ Washington definitely needs to take a few more shots as well. PJ Washington, if he has to come off the bench, could easily be 6th man of the year, providing lockdown defense, could easily average 16 or more off the bench for the Dallas Mavericks. That's a pretty tough case for anybody to beat. I know that PJ Washington has it in him. He's shown signs of growth. The only thing that we really need him to work on is his handles, but we don't need to rely on PJ to bring the ball down if we have someone like Cooper Flagg, D'Angelo Russell, Dante, Jaden Hardy even. I'd trust Jaden Hardy to bring the ball down way before I trust PJ, but regardless, knowing that there is a contract extension on the horizon for PJ for 4 years, $90 million, that is an absolute steal in my opinion. $22.5 million a year. He is worth every single penny. And I've mentioned in several other videos, when you are known as the Oklahoma City Thunder killer, where in every game you have played against the Thunder, you just have their number, you just ball out, and the Thunder go on to win a championship, yeah, the price for PJ Washington would definitely be through the roof, especially if the Thunder continue to have their success and the Mavericks can, whatever reason, be their only team to beat them. And if it's in part due to PJ, oh yeah, 4 years, $90 million is an absolute steal. And another thing that we definitely cannot ignore is the money. PJ Washington is about to enter his last year of his deal that he got in Charlotte, which is only $14 million a year. And if he does get the extension, it's not really set in stone, but he will get that extension. It'll look a little bit something like this. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be about $22.5 million a year. I thought I had the graphic up. But the other side of the money that we definitely have to take a look at is the salary caps for the Dallas Mavericks, the first apron and the second apron, because this is what this upcoming season looks like. We're about $1.5 million below the second apron. Now, obviously, you got Dante Exum there. That could obviously change things as well, depending on if we can trade away players or if we have to cut someone like Brandon Williams to make room for Dante. It can fluctuate being above or below the second apron. But the following season is what we definitely have to look at, and this is when all these extensions all happen at once. This is a season where we have Daniel Gafford's extension kicking in as well as PJ Washington's. Now, PJ hasn't signed it yet. So yes, $19 million below the second apron. Yeah, no, we're good. And then if you include the $22.5 million, we are then going to be about $3 million over the second apron. And that's just if we don't get rid of any dead weight, if we don't trade away any other players. The season after this, we should have some relief as Klay Thompson will most likely retire unless he wants to come back and take a veteran minimum. Cool. But if we don't have Klay Thompson coming back the following year, we should have some relief, as that's when we do have to extend Derrick Lively. So when it comes to the money overall, things are going to get a little bit tricky in the next 2 seasons, but after that, the Dallas Mavericks should be in a very good spot. Cooper Flagg will have progressed even further in his own career. PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Najee Marshall, even Max Christie. A lot of these guys will build a cohesive unit around Cooper Flagg and for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie and AD will still be the 2 guys that we lean on, but they'll have an amazing cast around them. And one of the things that builds a championship team is chemistry. Guys that have played together for several seasons. Guys that know each other and trust each other. Instead of having a revolving door of players in and out every other season, I like the direction that we're going. And I hope we can continue to go in that direction with PJ Washington getting about 4 years, $90 million. It's not an overpay, but if for whatever reason we have to trade him, it's not a bad contract to trade. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that's a fair number for PJ, 4 years, 90 mil? Or do you think he deserves more or less? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for making part of the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.